Good morning. Today's topic is why are BMs the least married? I thought this would be a good topic to have today because I saw a lot of lives today while I was scrolling, this morning, of like women on men's panels talking about like pick me's and being chosen and all of this stuff. And I noticed that all the lies that I saw was from a perspective of why are women, black women specifically, not married or single mothers or not being chosen. And no one ever asks men these questions. And I don't understand. They always ask women, but never ask men. And so today we're going to ask men, why do you think that you're single as a man? Because most of the time, unlike for women, it's not by choice. You're single because you have to be. You don't have a woman, you don't have a wife, you don't have a fiance because you can't get one. And I'd like to talk and find out why. Why are black men the least married? Anybody can send me a request and we can have a conversation about that. We'll love to talk about it. Okay? Would love to talk about. And if you want to talk about it, please send me a request in the box. Please, please, please. Somebody said BBC causes problems. What if you don't have BBC? What if you have a SPC? Then what? So, yes, I wanted to talk about that today. Hopefully, I can get some of you guys to come up and answer that question. Why are black men the least married? That's the topic of today. That's the topic of today. Anybody want to come up and give their thoughts on why, their thoughts, their perspective on why they think that is the case? Please, send me a request. I would love to hear your thoughts on it. Why are black men the least married male in the United States of America? Why is that? And if you talk to a lot of men, it is definitely they don't even have women girlfriends. They don't even have women that they're dealing with. Like, women are not even engaging with them on any level. So it's not like it's just the marriage. They're not securing women in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Not even on a casual level. Let's see here. Yanni Daly, you said they feel being a dog is just in men and that's how they prefer to live. Let's see here. SNM. I'll send you a request, sir, if you want to come up. Because I'm not quite for sure what you mean by that. You mean men and women or just women? I don't know. I don't know exactly what you mean. So, I'll give it a little while, you guys, to get some more people in that maybe will come in the box and answer the question. Hopefully some men. Um, let's see here. S&M says 83% of men have taken themselves out of the dating pool and we're all cool with being alone. I don't think that men are cool with being alone. I think that that's the reason why men are hooting and hollering online all day about women and how to get women to be what they want. But I think that men have realized that most of them are not going to be able to get a woman. So I mean, I acknowledge that possibly. But I definitely don't think men are cool with being alone. Because if they were, they wouldn't have half the conversations that they have on a regular basis. Yeah. I mean, I definitely think men are forced. They're forced to be by themselves. If they could be with women that would do whatever it is that they wanted them to do, they would indeed pursue those women and try to be with those women. But they can't, so they have no choice but to be alone because the women are not wanting them. Like women are not liking them. Okay. But I'm going to let's see here. And 83% is not true either. Just want you to know. It says here by age group, Pew research and Bowling Green State, it says men 18 to 29, a large majority, around 63% are single. So the generations that are coming up, so like 30 and under, a large percentage of y'all are single. And I really do think that that is because of red pill and incel content. And that's why. Hey, how are you doing? Ghostwriter 0290. Hey, sis. So yeah. And it says here that young men 30 and under have a significantly higher rate of being single than women in the same age bracket and higher than older men. So women have the option because they're the ones in charge of the choosing, but men do not. Hey, how you doing, Whitney? So I think this whole idea that like men have all these choices, it's not true. The only way you able to secure a woman is if she wants you. Actually, lifetime marriage rates, SHHT, black men are the most unmarried. And if you don't believe me, go to blackdemographics.com and a whole host of other sites, and it will give you that information. Statistically, it's not true. It's actually black men that are the most unmarried lifetime rates, just so you know. And black men marry the least out of all races of men. And most people marry within their own community. So, of course, I'm married. Yes, I am, SHT, but I bet you're not. I bet you're not, though. Are you? Are you married? I sent you a request with your Dr. Doom profile picture. I know that you're not, though. I know you're not. And that's another thing that I really think is strange. You have men that will come up and talk about who's the married, what black women are married, and they're not married. They don't have a woman. They ain't seen a vagina since 1989. And they will tell you about not being married or not being partnered up like it's such a shame. It's supposed to be on you. But it's like, well, if it's supposed to be shameful, why isn't it shameful for you? When you're at home masturbating every day. It doesn't make any sense. SHT, that's what I thought, beloved. You don't have anybody. Exactly. Because I know when I was 20, a whole lot of people liked me. So exactly. You don't have anybody. That's what I thought. So maybe you should shut your mouth because you don't have what you're trying to question somebody else about. You sitting there at home playing, watching Marvel movies, playing with yourself. Exactly. So shut up. Exactly. Like, I can't imagine being 20 trying to talk to somebody else about being married and what black women are and how they married. And you're not even smart enough to go look up the numbers. And that's another thing I really feel like is a problem. Black men want to act like they want to give all of this information about black women, but don't know nothing. They don't go read nothing, don't get educated on nothing, but just turn around and say, oh, well, black women are this. Do you really know that? Or no? And he was wrong. But like I said, what can I expect out of somebody that's 20 that spends their time ejaculating on their own hands in the shower and watching Marvel movies on Disney Plus. I can't. You know what I'm saying? It's like yeah. Yeah, it's you're on track. Yeah, that's on trend. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Oh.
Where did you go to get those demographics? I want to look up something else real quick about them.
Which one? You wanted to go to blackdemographics.com?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's just blackdemographics.com. It'll tell you right there that black men are married at a lifetime rate lower than black women. And yep. And I'm about to see if I got y'all some more stats right now. Let's go here too. Sorry, you guys. I'm about to go to blackdemographics.com right now for y'all. Demographics. Let's see here. Black marital status. Okay, right now. Because, like, right now, more black men are married currently, but the lifetime marriage rate. So I'm trying to go find that so that I can give that to y'all. Okay, let's see here. Okay, yeah, here it is. It says, let me see if I can show that to y'all. Can y'all see this? Hold on. It says, if you go to blackdemographics.com, it says, after viewing the available data, we can see that although fewer black women are now married, more black women than black men have been married at least once. This is because a higher percentage of black women are divorced and widowed than men. Just so that y'all know. So, just so that I told y'all. That way you know. Life conversations, what I just said, and I wish that you guys would learn some type of intelligence. I said that there are more black men married currently than black women, but the lifetime marriage rate or being married is higher for black women. So, yeah, I'm going to need you to get that together, sir. Once again, more black women lifetime are married than black men. But the men that are in here making these things, can y'all come up here and tell me who you're married to and how long you've been married? That's what I would love for life conversations to come up and do, since you can drop stats in the chat. Please come up. I would love to see it. Please. Please. Love to see it. Listen, Nick Kool-Aid, I'm gonna send you a request to come in the box because you talking real crazy to the ladies in the chat, and I don't play that. If you want to say something to the women, you have to get in a box, and if you don't, you get blocked. So Nick Kool-Aid, whatever your name is, you got literally 5 seconds to get in a box, or you're gonna get blocked. So I'm gonna give you 5 seconds, Nick Kool-Aid. You got 5 seconds. If you don't get in the box, that's no problem at all. I just block you. So I'm gonna give you 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. All right. Let me go ahead and block Nick Kool-Aid. Let me go up here and find you. Goodbye, sir. The other guy that was up here, I think his name was like Statistics or something. I don't know if he's still in here, but he also has a second. Okay, so now we have Vincent O'Neill said that is not a true statement. It is absolutely a true statement. Black men are the least married male in America. It is absolutely true. Okay, now Mike says, what is the point you're trying to make? I'm making the same point that when you see all of these lies where black men talk about how black women aren't married. Why aren't black women married? Why are black women the least desirable? And they have all these conversations with these thumbnails up. I'm making the same point as those. Don't judge when you're the exact counterpart. So that's what it is. Yeah.
I wanted to answer the prompt because I think I have more. What do you think? Miss, the fact that y'all compare yourselves to women and not other men, that just says way more than you realize. Because talking about black men are married more than black women, but compared to other males, you guys are married the least. Compare yourselves to men and stop comparing yourselves to women. But to answer the prompt, I think they're the least married because I don't think they value family. And I think that they know that they're losers in society. And I believe that oftentimes when a man gets married, he wants to be his best self. And because I think a lot of them are natural born losers and they always like to compare themselves to women, I think that's why they don't get married. And I also think that they don't value family because, I don't think they value family. And that's why they don't get married.
All right, all right. I got you. I got you. I did block the person in the chat. Just so y'all know, that said, I think their name was Jan. They said the least attractive group trying to cope. It's crazy to me when black men try to call black women unattractive, as if black women and black men are not coming with the same features and things like that. It's very strange to me. It's giving very much self-hatred, very much buck broken. Doesn't make any sense, because if somebody was to say some things about y'all, then we would be bed wenches. If somebody was to say something about y'all features, y'all hair, y'all skin color, but for some reason y'all feel comfortable in doing that to black women. And I find that is very strange. Let me block this person right here. Hold on. Jai, whatever. Jai, if y'all see this person, Jai, Jie, San, I blocked him too. Like they're already.
Blocked him, Trigger.
Okay, you blocked him too. Yeah, I had already blocked him the minute I seen
Yeah, I
the comment.
did. And then Devin, do you want me to block him?
Devin, let me see. What did Devin say? Because some of the men, like, I don't mind. They're just not coming up here. They have something to say, but they're not saying nothing. Devin, he just said marriage is overrated. But that's exactly why black men are the least married. That's one of the parts that, just like you said, that they don't value family. Now, you will see black men say that marriage is overrated, right? And say there's no reason to get married, but then shame the women in their community for not being married. That doesn't make any sense. If you're the man and you're in charge of asking somebody to marry you and you think it's overrated, then how can you shame women for not being married? How can you shame women, black women, for not having husbands or being baby mamas when y'all won't marry the women because y'all don't see the importance in doing it? So that means that you only use marriage as a weapon to beat over black women's heads, to talk about them, but you never have any plans on actually marrying these women. That doesn't make any sense. The critical black male, you said, co-host, where's your mama at? Where's your mother at? You know what I'm saying? Where's your father at? Because look, I normally I would just drag you, but I'm gonna give you an opportunity to come up here. But once again, like, the guys that say the most crazy off the wall things, like, they never get in the box to say anything, and I think we all know why that is. So what was your question? What are you talking about? Where's somebody's mother? What does that mean?
He said
Yo,
that because
Kalandra, where
my
your
mom
mama at?
is deceased. My
Your
mom is
mama in the dirt. Your
deceased.
mama in the fucking dirt, boy.
Oh my goodness, you big ugly.
My
Man,
God.
this doesn't make any sense. Hold on, y'all. But before this man gets gone, let me show y'all what the man that just said that looks like. I need you. Hold on, y'all. I need y'all, and I can't even believe he disrespected Kalandra like that. Okay, let me look at this man. Look at this man. Do you see this? This is a miserable DL rump ranger man who likes his Gucci cat played in. that if you notice that men that have like a lot of aggression and rage towards women and like really go off the chains with disrespecting women, like because it's like, are you a man or are you a biatch? Which is it? Well, let me know what it is. But the fact that you would come over here and talk about somebody's deceased mama looking dusty and ignorant and closeted is a problem. And it's always the ugly, funny looking ones. You know what I'm saying? It looked like he got some gold color in the top of his head. You know what I'm saying? Trying to be some type of Chris Brown. I wouldn't be surprised if a double nose ring is in his future. You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly what I mean. Like a lot of these men, you have to understand you can't take them necessarily seriously because these are men that are sexually confused. They hate women because they want to be women, and they hate women because women have a vagina, and that's what they would like to use instead of using their poop shooters all the time. You know what I mean? Those are very delusional, scary men. Truthfully, like y'all got to understand those are men that are very sexually confused. Because if women are such a problem and you hate women so much, then who's not a problem? Who do you love? Men? Oh, okay. All right, then just go ahead and pull the trigger and get that KY jelly and go ahead and go face first into that lifestyle. Nobody's going to shame you for that. Do that. But I'm going to block him right now. After I read him, he can go ahead and get blocked because that was crazy for disrespecting Calandra like that. I'm so sorry about that, Calandra.
Really bother me when people do that because I mean we all unalive one day, like so that doesn't really bother me when people be like, "What happened to my mom?" Because everybody dies one day. Unalives, my man, unalives one day. So I thought that was kind of funny.
Does he know you?
Oh, he don't. I don't even know who that is.
Maybe he's seen you somewhere, or do you think he went to your page and like, do you
He
have
probably
anything?
went to my page because I think I have "Rest in Peace, Mommy" in my bio.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I mean, that's some crazy, crazy thing to say. You know what I'm saying?
We agree, but that just shows how weird most of them is because, like that just shows how weird most of them are.
And it's crazy because we're asking a question that black men ask about black women every day. And what's crazy is that most of the black women that I see go in these spaces are sitting here trying to explain to these black men about why black women are unmarried and how black women want to be married. And they just sitting there having a conversation. I very rarely see them talking about people's deceased parents and saying things like that. I don't see that going on. So it's very weird that we're having the same conversation that y'all have about black women all day long, and y'all want to talk about people's deceased parents instead of answering the prompt. You could have just answered the prompt, player. Like, I let you come up. You ain't have to say that. You know what I'm saying? And I wish that people would understand, and this is something that I feel like people don't really get, is that now people might not agree with this or believe this, but I do. I think that people reap what they sow, and the way they live their life and the way that they treat people, it comes back to them in some way, shape, form, or fashion. And people think because they're online and on the internet, the way that they treat people is not going to come back in their lives in some way, but it will. You talking about people's deceased parents, you being very vicious and angry and ignorant to people for no reason. Like you'll probably wonder why your life is miserable offline or why you're experiencing this and that and this happening to you. And it's because of your behavior to people that you don't know. Like, even though being online is somewhat anonymous and you can say things to people that you wouldn't say in person because you know you would get punched in the mouth, you may feel like you're getting away with that, but you're not. You're not. And that's why in my opinion, a lot of these black males that come in my lives are miserable. Let me see. Y'all said today reporting is skipping. Okay, I'm gonna block all the men that I see, y'all. If I don't know who's in here and you're not a woman, you're getting blocked. The only way you're not getting blocked is if you send me a request. But other than that, you're getting blocked if I see you and you're a man. You know what I'm saying? Because the fact that you guys are reporting, and it's crazy because y'all sit here and call black women everything but a child of God every day on this app. But y'all can never take what other people say. Y'all can never take the conversation being had about you. And that's real crazy. But let me go ahead and block y'all, all right? Let me see. I see a man right here. Toasty, you're gone. All right, block you, sir. All right, let's see the next person. BKT, I see you got a football helmet. I know you're a dude. King BKT, you're blocked. Because y'all won't be reporting my stuff.
Should I block They Love Callie when she said y'all talk about dumb, low vibrational stuff?
Yeah, block her too. She's a pick me. Let me block reality. You're blocked. I see you was a Devin in here. You're blocked. You got a do-rag on. Goofy. I'm blocking you. Jay, I see you in here. You're getting blocked. All right, let's see. Keep going down here. Let's see if I see some more men in here. Leonzer, boy, that you got to be at least 65. Leonzer? What type of name? Okay, never mind. Let me block you, Leonzer. Dang, that's rough. Sorry about that. Zach, I'm gonna block you, Zach. Goodbye. Let's see. William Weeks, I'm gonna block you too. Bye. You're gone. Let me see here. Let me keep going. Pockets gold digger. You, I don't know, but I can't tell if you're male or female, but you're getting blocked anyway. Sorry. All right. And that's it. That's all I see for now. But y'all definitely can get it. Okay. And if y'all see any more male-centered women in the chat, block them too. Because I don't got no time for no pick-me's. Like for real. And I blocked Javier as well. Whatever that guy that was in here. I think it's real crazy to be a woman and you want to say stupid stuff like this, because I really wish that pick-me's will understand that the type of men that you attract are never, I have yet to see a pick-me, and I mean like a self-proclaimed pick-me, like a woman that's really always trying to center men and talking about other women and doing all the stuff that the girl was saying that Kalandra just blocked. I've yet to see y'all with quality men. I have doubt to see you guys with quality men. Let me block this person that just came in here. Hold on. Let me block you, 5729, who just started a new page because I just blocked you. Bye-bye. I've yet to see. Y'all said they're still reporting. Let me see if I see some more men in here. Hold on, because you know they like to come back.
Shiro, is that a man? No, that's not a man.
Okay, I see another man in here. Nobody. I'm going to block him. Goodbye. I see another man in here. Silky D Smooth. Blocked. You're gone. If I keep doing this really, it really do help. Let's see here. Nobody. Blocked him. All right, y'all let me know at how it's doing now. I'll keep blocking. Oh, let me block this Zan too. I'm gonna block him too. Goodbye. All you gotta do is say one thing that's crazy. All right. Y'all let me know how it's doing now. And instead of reporting y'all men that are listening to this, why won't you guys just come up? Amicable says when you see black men from Africa, they have all the capacity. What does that mean? I don't understand what you're saying. Because I know you're not talking about African men or black men from Africa are different. Because that's not true. They impregnate those women and dip on them all the time. So I don't know what you're talking about. I hope that's definitely not what you were trying to say. I really hope that's not what you were saying, because that's not backed up with any type of facts or stats. Not at all. There's a million ways I can debunk that. So is that what you're saying? Or I hope not. Okay? So I hope that's not the truth. But anyway, as I was saying, if
somebody in the comments, you could just say Barack's African daddy abandoned him.
All right. I mean, Michael 5722 says, so you're going to try to change the narrative like we slow. Can you tell me what narrative I'm trying to change? I sent you a request, Michael 5722. What narrative am I changing? What I just have up here is the truth. Black men are the least married male in America. That is a fact. So what did I say that's changing the narrative? That's the truth. What am I saying, Michael? I'm gonna give you like 5 seconds to come in and get in the box. You got like 5 seconds, and then I'll just go ahead and block you. But go ahead. But I know that y'all say things that are not. It's not real. It's not accurate. I don't know. I'm really tired of talking to y'all. I don't. I'm tired of talking to y'all. I'm gonna block amicable. You can't even come up here. And the stuff that you're saying is just crazy. Let's see here. Freeze Nick Freeman says we'd rather stay single than keep hurting females. We love multiple women. You said keep hurting females. We love multiple women. Do you know how crazy that sounds? I really wish that y'all would understand how crazy y'all sound. I don't understand it. Like, y'all don't know that y'all sound crazy or what? I don't understand it. Ugh. It's so difficult. If there's a black man up here and y'all have a problem with what I'm saying, or y'all can debunk what I'm saying, which you can't because it's true, please send me a request. Don't report. Don't be a bad sport. Like, if you think that I'm wrong, send me a request and debunk me. Stop reporting. Isn't that the feminine behavior that y'all say that y'all don't get involved in? Isn't that what y'all said? Or no? Okay, so freeze Nick Freeman. I'm looking, I went to your page, sir. And I am very, very disturbed by what I see on your page. I see you on your page. I see you with a woman and a child on your page. Looks like maybe your girlfriend, your wife. Where's the multiple women at? And I looked at your video of yourself and what you look like. I highly doubt you're able to secure multiple women that all know about each other. I don't believe that. Okay, let's see here. Kalaji says, how is that crazy? A lot of black men want multiple women, not just one, so they don't value marriage. The reason why is because black men can't even afford to have one woman. Y'all are over here asking one woman to go 50-50. Y'all can't emotionally pour into one woman and satisfy her. You do know that black men are the most divorced male. Y'all are, and you make single mothers of everyone that you touch. So exactly why would you want to have multiple women to ruin multiple women's lives? What exactly would these women be getting out of it other than being used by you? What are you giving to women? And that's what's scary, is that y'all always talk about it from your perspective. What are the women getting out of dealing with just you and you having multiple women? You don't even have enough penis to go around to all of these women. You don't even have enough dick to give it to them. You can't make one woman have an orgasm, let alone you're talking about multiple women, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Y'all got to live in reality. And you definitely don't have the money. Or you wouldn't be talking about 50-50. You don't have any. So what are we talking about? Let me block Gabriella because I don't know what you thought. Okay, this isn't for you, baby. Okay, Not Beat says, see, you're listening to your S. It's not even his size, most likely. It's that you're loosey-goosey. Vaginas aren't loosey-goosey. They can actually have children that are 8, 9, 10 pounds. That's number one. And number two, I found the person with the smallest penis in a chat. Not Beat has the smallest penis. Because why would you feel personally attacked because I said that? Huh? I'm so sorry that your penis, you have a micro penis. That's not my fault. You have to take that up with your mother and your father and your genetics. I'm so sorry for you, sir. So sorry. So sorry. And the fact that you would even say that lets me know that you don't get vagina already. That you would even say it. Okay, but okay. I'm gonna block you though. Because you the type to report. Because you want to blame me because you have a micro penis. And I can't do it. I will not pay the price for what your mother and dad did to you. Okay, Nail Fix Pro says black women allow it. There are some black women that allow it, Nail Fix Pro. I would never say that that's not true. But that's the point of having these lives, so that more black women realize they shouldn't. Let's see here. Let me keep going up here so I can see. Crump says black men look for a good black woman, but they're all took. Okay, so this is the picture of the person that said, hold on, y'all. Just a sec. I made a mistake. Hold on. This is the picture of the man that said all the good black women are took. You're not a good black man. I already know it. You got a small gold chain on. That's already F-boy indicators. You got no shirt on in the car, taking a picture. That's already, once again, another F-boy indicator. You can't find the good women because the good women are scared of you. Ain't nobody trying to be left at home cooking and cleaning and raising babies, however many you babies you impregnated, whatever unfortunate woman with, while you out at the club cheating. Like, be freaking for real. Does this look like a man that's going to treat a woman properly? Y'all be honest with me. Does this look like a man that is going to treat a woman properly? Huh? A man that is a 304 ran through thought that can't even put a shirt on in his car. Huh? Yes, he does PG 1908. All I'm saying is, come on now, you don't even got a shirt on. And y'all talk about women and the way women present themselves and how you get a certain type of image of a woman because she got her boobs out or her booty out or her clothes are revealing. I can tell you right now, the reverse is if you see a man in a car with a small chain on and no shirt on, that's a man you want to leave. And the fact that this man said that y'all gonna want to follow me means that he not only is he an F-boy, but he's also delusional. He's also delusional. He's delusional as well. Because what woman would want to deal with any of that? If you want HPV and genital warts, go ahead and follow that man. If that's what you want. Because that's the only way, that's what you're going to be getting if you entertain this man. HPV and genital warts. And maybe something worse. Okay, what did you have to say, Nail Fix Pro? Go ahead, sis.
Hello, I'm actually a guy.
Oh, okay. So that's why you were saying, like, I only gave you grace because I thought that you were a woman. But I'll give you a couple minutes to speak still.
Thank you. Um, just from my experience, I guess there's a few points. When I first saw the title of the page, like the why are black men the least married, it kind of triggered me. And then I calmed down. I think women are just on a different wavelength than black men as a whole. I think women are just more serious than black men. And I'm a black guy, so I just think you guys are a different wavelength, different level of seriousness, and you guys just want different things. I think black guys sometimes get, because the stereotype of us having like big penises and stuff, we kind of feel used at times. So even when we do get sex, it's like, does she like me for me, or does she just want my body? So that kind of creates low self-esteem. And then we have trust issues on top of that. And then we can get a lot of women based on the stereotype. So it's kind of hard to just choose one woman. Yeah, I guess that's all I had to say.
All right, all right. Appreciate you. I'll just say, if we talk about the fact that basically men just aren't open to marrying that or whatever, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? That's completely fine. My problem is that seeing as though in 99% of cases, 99% of all cases, a man is going to be in charge of marrying a woman or asking her to marry him. If black men know that they're not marrying women, or like these other weirdos in the chat that said, oh, we want multiple women and these men were very unattractive. I don't know what multiple women that they're getting and what the quality of the women are. But nonetheless, if y'all don't want to marry, why are y'all shaming black women for not being married? That is where my problem is, because every day I get on this app and I see black men shaming black women for being baby mamas, for not being married, for not being in a relationship. And everywhere I go, when I ask y'all why y'all aren't married, y'all say, we don't want to be. We don't want to be. We're immature. We want to have a whole bunch of women. We want to do this, that, and the third. Well, if y'all know that, and most people, and this is all races, marry within their race the most. So why are y'all shaming black women for something that y'all don't want to do anyway and y'all don't do? Stop doing that then. That's my only problem. I don't care if y'all get married or not. But just stop shaming women for something that you don't want anyway. Because the only thing that y'all do is use marriage as a weapon to try to degrade and dehumanize black women and make black women feel unwanted, undesirable, like nobody wants them. And it's not like y'all marry outside of your race a lot either. Y'all don't marry those women a lot either. Y'all run through those women too. Y'all make those women single mothers. So clearly the problem is resting with y'all. So why are y'all shaming black women for it? But let me keep going. Deshelle, you have something to say, sis?
Good morning.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How are you, sis?
Pretty good.
Thank you for the topic. I appreciate you. Thank you for having me up. And I just wanted to say that, it's funny how whenever we are speaking about the inadequacies, of black men, there are a slew of excuses and different factors that hinder them and hurdles that they have to overcome. And it's always been quite peculiar for me that they would mention the same things that we overcome and we have to continuously overcome, but they would completely negate the fact that they literally have the ability to make a different choice for themselves. But they continue to speak as though they are victims of circumstances, and they continue to speak in a sense where it really sounds like they are trapped in a place called learned helplessness. And so I think that there are a slew of factors that are going on within the community that needs to be heavily discussed. But in order for us to appropriately discuss it, Black men need to be able to take actual accountability for their own day-to-day decision making that is participating in the overall breakdown of their lives, which ultimately goes into affecting our community because they are a part of us. And I think it is imperative that we have that clear-cut conversation. So I'm really grateful that you have opened this and started the conversation.
All right, I got you, Deshelle. I very much appreciate you, sister. All right, I also wanted to say really quickly to a guy in the comments, JW, because I'm going to go ahead and block him soon, but I just wanted JW to know, I really feel like a lot of you guys don't live in reality. Like you actually literally believe the discriminatory tropes that whitey people have fed you, not only about black women, but also about yourselves as well. So let me give you this. On average, Black women in the U.S. have around 1 to 2 children by the end of their childbearing years, with recent data showing rates around 1.94 children, which is 1 to 2, right? By the time they're 40 to 44. So Black women aren't having all of these kids that you're talking about. The majority of Black women aren't having 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 kids by 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different men. You got to stop lying. And you've got to educate yourself on the things that you say when you say them. Honestly. So I need y'all to understand this. I just want y'all to know that according to the Pew Research Center data, Black mothers are more likely than whitey or Asian mothers to have just one child. Did you know that? So my thing is that please educate yourself, because that's my thing. Educate yourself. Don't just say things that you heard somebody say. Actually take the time to research what's coming out of your mouth, JK. And that's a shame that you're so stupid. But I'm going to go ahead and block you though. Idiot, stupid, dummy. Bye. I don't even want to have a conversation with you. You're just too dumb. Okay. Somebody said that Black men are desired all over the world. That's another thing. And then I'm going to let these people up. It doesn't make any sense to me. If Black men are desired all over the world, why are, Meg says the host is the problem. Meg, get out of here, Flower Ranger. Goodbye. You're gone. Let me just say, if Black men are desired all around the world, what is anti-Blackness? Huh? Why are Black people being disrespected everywhere? Why are these families upset when their daughters bring you home? What? Okay. Let me just keep going. I don't even know what to say. And Newski gang, I was about to let you up here, but you said who hurt me. And that's very annoying because I didn't say anything to indicate hurt. Just answer the prompt. That's all I ask you to do. Let's not make any personal attacks, because if I was to do that to you, which is very easy to do, You wouldn't like that. So just go ahead and stick to the prompt. All right. So I'm gonna let you go first.
You obviously hurt.
You got women. Hey, answer the question first before I drag you. Don't make me do
Man,
it
I'm
to
not
you.
even gonna lie. Y'all niggas
Don't
need
make
to go
me.
get a
I'm not
fucking
even gonna
job.
lie
I'm
nothing. Don't
answering.
say
I'm
nothing
answering.
until I ask y'all up.
All right, black men not the least married. Black women are. Your prompt is wrong.
Are you dumb? Are you comparing yourself to men or women? Black men are the least married race of male, dummy. That's a
There's more
fact.
black. There's more
Black
black
men are
husbands
the
than black.
least married
There's more
race
black
of
husbands than
male.
black
Go
wives.
look it up, dummy.
Y'all the least
Go
married
look
out of
it up, dummy.
everyone.
Are you comparing
Y'all the
yourself?
least
Are
married
you a
out of
woman?
everyone.
Are you a woman? Do you have a
You the
vagina?
least married out
Do
of
you have a
everyone.
vagina? Do you have a vagina or not? So why are
And
you
y'all kill
comparing
y'all
yourself to
kids.
women?
And y'all
Compare
have
yourself to men.
abortions. Y'all
Do
had
you
the
have a
most
vagina,
abortions.
Newski?
Y'all
Do
had
you
the
have
most
one? Do you have a
abortions.
vagina?
Y'all had
Who's the most
I ain't
least
gonna lie,
married
y'all
race
did
of
have the
men?
most abortions.
Oh my gosh,
Y'all
we're
had
not
Guilty of
talking
that one.
about
I ain't
that.
gonna lie
We're
to
not
it.
talking about that. So once again, I need y'all knickknacks to stay on topic. Once again, why do black men always want to compare themselves to women? Are you the big, strong, masculine man that's the most desirable? Or are you a lady? Which is it? Because you cannot compare yourself to women. Once again, if y'all do not believe me, let me block this person. Hold on. Let me say, black men are the least married race of male in the United States of America. That is the truth. Don't compare yourself to women. Don't compare yourself to black men. Why are you not, black women, excuse me. Why are you not comparing yourself to men? You're men, right? Or do you only feel comfortable competing with women? That's weird. And Chris says, let's check the deletion stats. It's so weird when black men bring up deletion stats when it comes to terminating pregnancies, when y'all do nothing but drag single mothers and baby mamas every day. You say that they're unworthy of love. They don't have any respect. You're blaming them for the way the children come out. A black man grows up and he's 40 years old and he makes a certain type of decision and you're still blaming his mother and he's 40. A man robs a bank at 40 years old and gets locked up. Y'all start talking about his mama, his mama, his mama, his mama, his mama, his mama, single mothers this, single mothers that. And you are concerned or you're confused as to why some women choose not to become mothers when literally motherhood is demonized in the black community. What? And not to mention, if y'all didn't know, white tea women technically have the most deletions. So I got you though. But I'm gonna block you, Chris, because you're also an uneducated idiot. And I can't deal with y'all. Like, if y'all could say something factual, I could respect y'all. Say something respectful. Not respectful, excuse me. Y'all don't have to respect me. I mean, y'all gonna respect me in my box, but y'all don't have to respect what I'm saying. Y'all can try to debunk what I'm saying, but just make sure that it's accurate. And it's not accurate. So that's the reason why I can't respect y'all. And y'all want to compare yourselves to women. And that's very suspicious. Okay, so let me go over here next to Glor. And let me block a
Yes,
lot of these
I
men.
hear you. And I feel like your emotions are valid. Some of the things that black men do in the community is just straight up distasteful, you know? However, this trajectory on, you know, just are black men least married, I'm not 100% sure that is fact, you
Black
know?
men are the least married race of man in the United States. It's a fact. If you don't believe me, just pause yourself and go look it up on your phone. You don't have to believe me. Just pause real quick and go check it up on your phone. What race of male is the least married in the United States? I think Glor went to go do that. So I appreciate her for at least going to check. Most of the time though, when people check and they find out I'm correct, they just drop. They never even tell me sorry. But she's a
Okay,
black woman, so I
real
have
quick.
hope that she will.
Why
Um,
why do you guys, I guess, why does it matter?
I just said why it mattered, but maybe you weren't listening. I said that every day I get on this app and I see black women being shamed for not being married. I see black men talking about black women are the least desirable. Why are black women unmarried? Why don't people want black women? Black women are the least desirable and all of these things. And no one ever questions why black men are the least married male. So I
Okay.
just said that if black men and men in general are in charge of marriage and partnership and asking a woman to marry them, then it wouldn't be black women's fault that they are
Yeah.
not married because black men don't want to be married. And literally the men in the chat said that they don't want to be married. They want to have multiple women. They want to be with a million different women. So that's the reason why. It's not anything wrong with black women. It's something wrong with black men. They don't value marriage. They don't value partnership. They don't value the nuclear family. Those terms are things that are used to be a weapon against black women. It's nothing for that. They don't, other than that, if it cannot be used as a weapon to shame black women, it's not because they really care. So that's the reason. Hopefully it makes sense now.
Yes. May I ask a question
Yeah,
following that?
sure.
Okay, so what does a man have to do to be a eligible husband, and what does a woman have to do to be a eligible wife?
I feel like you have to be, for you to be, this is as a person that I've been married for 16 years. I would say that to be a husband, you have to be willing to be a husband. You can't think that marriage is about servitude or getting over on a woman or beating her down or talking about submission and leadership and all of these crazy things. You also, if you're a woman, you have to know that you're signing up, first of all, for women. You need to make sure that you're with a man that can add to your life. A man that's intelligent, a man that's smart, a man that doesn't have a criminal record, a man that doesn't have a previous past of harming women. All of these things are things that you should think about and put forward in your choice of partner.
But you
But the
didn't say what
majority
the
of men
woman has
now,
to do.
what'd you say?
You haven't said what the woman has to do.
I said what the woman and the man have to do. You have to love each other. You have to have a partnership. You have to be best friends. Anything other than that, everything else will fall into place. Because if I say, oh, a woman's supposed to cook and clean, that's not necessarily true. It's some men that like to cook. It's some men that like to clean. It's some women that like to cook. It's some women that like to clean. It's some men that like to work. It's some women that could be cool with staying home. It's some women that be like, no, I don't want to just stay home. I want to do something else too. So everybody's dynamic is different. So exactly what did you think I was supposed to say? And just the simple fact that you just asked me that is the reason why you don't have anyone. Because you think it's about doing something.
No, I
Like
meant
the woman
like,
has to do something and the man has to do something. The only thing a man has to do, because men are predisposed to more violent acts and bogus behavior, 90% of all unalivings are committed by men, is that women have to vet men as opposed to violence and things like that. Which is
correct.
why I mentioned the thing about making sure a man hasn't been locked up, doesn't have a checkered past.
Yes. So the
Yeah.
man, he's got to, have a good income, stay out of jail, regulate his emotions well, be a good partner,
A woman should make sure that she can regulate her emotions too.
Okay.
She shouldn't be going crazy either.
Yeah, because I'm actually trying
And I have
to
a
get
follow-up
married.
question.
So
I hear you. Okay, I hear your frustration, and I think your feelings are valid to a certain
I don't know
degree.
what you're saying. I don't have any emotions here. Like I just said, I don't know if you heard me, if you went to go check what
Yeah, I
I
did go
said.
check.
You
Mhm.
did, and I was correct, right?
Yeah, you were,
Okay, thank you.
unfortunately.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm glad you admitted that. But
hmm
I don't have any emotions about this. Like I just said, I don't have a dog in this fight. I'm married. I'm married to a black man. I've been married for 16 years. I don't have a dog in this fight. My only issue that anybody will understand is that I'm tired of seeing black women drugged and disrespected and degraded for not being married when the men in their community won't marry them or anyone else. So if we know that, there's no reason to put this on black women. That's really it.
I like
But
that.
I'll
That's
let you
very
finish.
true.
But yeah, did you have something else to say, sis? Because I don't wanna interject on you.
Well, I actually had a question, and it was like, do you love black men? But you just said you were married to a black man, so you answered it. Yeah.
I mean, I feel like when people ask you, do you love black men? I feel like that's like a weird question because it's like, does anyone love anybody that they don't know wholeheartedly? Like if you ask black men, hey, do you love black women collectively? Or like I remember when we were having the whole brick lady conversation, that lady that got hit with a brick. It was so many black men saying, and I'm not saying that she's not a scammer or whatever the case may be, but I'm saying that when it was first, everybody thought that she really was hit with that brick. It was like, oh, I don't know her. I got to get home. I got to get home to my family,
Exactly.
So my thing is that this whole thing of like, oh, do you love black men as a collective? I don't love anybody as a collective. I love black women as a collective. And even some black women that may be male centered or maybe pick me's or may be harmful to other women, I don't love. But the majority of black women and black girls, I have love and respect and care for. But I don't know. I just always feel like that question is a bit disingenuous. And I feel like when the question is asked of black men in reverse, they never say yes. But I think that people expect black women to say yes. I just think that's weird. And why would it have to be a situation of me not loving black men to hold them accountable for being a least married male? And then holding marriage over women's head every day. It just doesn't make any sense. I wouldn't even be having this conversation if black men didn't drag black women every business day about this. But I think Nail Fix Pro, didn't you have something to say? And then I'm gonna go up here to the next person that came up here. Well, because I think Glor interjected on you too. So you have something to say?
Yeah. So I'm trying to get married. I want to get married. I have a girlfriend. Should you care about the woman's weight?
How long have you been with her?
We just went official yesterday, but 6 months. Or last week we went official.
I mean, I feel like if you that's up to you. Like if you care about her weight or not. You know what I'm saying? I particularly don't. Well, I don't want to say anything that's like socially wrong, but I'll just say people have their preferences. Okay? And there's nothing wrong with you having a preference or whatever about her weight. Hey, and just make sure that you cool with her having a preference about something that you got going on. Host.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm just saying, if you're talking about her weight, then if you turn your camera on, I better make sure that I see abs. You know what I'm saying? Pectoral muscles and a very slim waist with a V cut. If you got that, then I don't see anything wrong with you requesting the same.
But why didn't he find the same? Why is he?
Yeah, that's
why
my
is
question.
He mentioning
like,
the weight?
Why can't I find the same? And I'm not an incel. I'm
let
not.
me see what you look like.
I think you just went and
let
got
me
whatever
see what
was
you look
available.
like. Can you turn your camera on and let me see? You could just show your stomach. You don't have to show your face.
I can show my stomach?
Yes.
Okay. How do you do that? Oh,
We'll just turn the camera on.
I'm getting some light.
Camera live access needed.
Oh, maybe you just started because it says you said you don't have camera access.
Well, I'm 6'2", 160 pounds. I work out, so.
Yeah. Okay. Like I said, I feel like if you were 6'2" and you had the body that you say that you do, you wouldn't have a problem securing a man. I mean, securing a woman, excuse me. I don't believe that you would. So something is not adding up because I am 5'11", and when I was in the dating market, all I talked to were men well over 6 feet because I was not willing to entertain anybody that was shorter than me. And those men were always, women were all over them and prime women, attractive women. So if you can't find what you're looking for and you say that you're 6'2", I believe that is something that is not adding up. Maybe nobody has been real with you and told you the truth about what you look like. Maybe you might be unattractive or mediocre looking or something like that, but it's something. Because if it wasn't, you'd already have what you want. But let me keep going.
Real quick,
let me go up
one
here
more thing.
to Guess Who. Yeah, let's go up here to Guess Who. Go ahead, Guess Who. You have something to say, sis?
Sis.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that. I can't really see the picture. Sorry about that, sir.
Yeah,
I wasn't trying to be funny, but now I clicked on your picture. I see you, man. Sorry about that, brother.
I was gonna go off of what you was talking about, like how women should check their men's background and certain stuff like that. I'm gonna get to the question you got up on the panel, but I was gonna say, half of the black community in the U.S. are women. Well, more than half are women. And
you said what?
More than half of the black community are women in the U.S. and almost half of them. Yeah, she wanna she finna go look it up, cuz. She finna go look it up. She finna go look it up. 52 verse 47.
That's what you're supposed to do when you receive information
That's
that you're
I
not
know that's
supposed
what you finna go do. I'm just win.
All right, all right.
Did
I
you go
went
look
to
it up?
check it up.
Okay.
Black women make up
Okay.
52%.
And
52% of the black
yeah, yes,
population. And I just
right.
want you to know that black women actually they
I'm
make up
not
a low
saying I'm not
number
even
of
can I get
the
done?
whole group of women. Just so that
Okay.
I'll give you
We're
the number.
talking about black, we're talking about a race though. We're not talking about women anymore because the other dude just brought up men and you brought up race. But we're talking about race right now.
You know what I'm saying is that black women make up 13% of
Of
females
women,
or
period.
women in the
Okay.
United States as
Okay,
well.
but
Okay,
we are
so
talking about black
what
men.
does this
So
got to do with
okay,
anything?
can
Just
you
get
let me
to it.
you interrupt? That's what I'm trying to do. You
All right, go
interrupt
ahead.
me. Off of that, I'm finna answer the question. I know you already tried to tell her not to come on here and say this, but almost half of those women are single moms. Now listen. With the with the background stuff you was talking about, most women now will not look at a man's background. This man could be a serial rapist,
Oh
a
my goodness, you
serial
can't
killer.
say that word. You have to say great.
Oh my B.
And let me just say that I got to interject, bro, because I'm not about to go through this same stupid conversation where y'all only talk about single mothers and single black women. There cannot be a single black mother without a black man making her a single mother.
Correct.
So why is it that we're only ever talking about these single mothers, these single black women, these black women that had these children, but we never talk about the black men that are making the babies with these women? And
That's
I would like to
The
say
women
this
don't
is
go
that
for the
please
good
don't
black
interject.
men.
that's
Don't interject either one of y'all or I will drop y'all. I want to say this really quickly that white women who black men love to impregnate are one of the largest groups of single mothers. Did you know that 61% of white women are single mothers and 92% of white women that have biracial babies by black men are single mothers? So if every woman that you touches, they end up skyrocketing their rates of single motherhood, then why in the world are you putting it on black women as if black women are to blame for this? And if we're talking about black women not vetting men, or not checking out what type of quality of man that there are, because I'm not going to say that there aren't black women that do that. But that's the purpose of these lives, to get black women to avoid men like Nail Fix Pro that are over here lying about what they look like and to asking why they can't find what they looking for when they say that they with a woman for 6 months. And then if she's not what you're looking for, why are you there? You're using her and you're a buster. Then you got another man that's coming up here to talk about single mothers and to find some way to steer the conversation to women when we're talking about men being at least married,
you
because
didn't let
black
me
men
finish.
cannot handle accountability and being told anything about themselves. And that to me is absolutely insane. We got a picture up here of a black man, and we're talking about why black men are the least married male in the United States. And this man brought up single mothers.
You didn't let
And
me
this is
finish.
literally the reason why black men will never be able to
You
succeed,
keep
never
putting
will
me
be able to
on
do
mute.
anything,
You
because they
don't
cannot find some way to keep black women's name out of their mouth. We're not talking about that. So answer the prompt. And
that's what
you
I'm
got
doing. Every
1 second to
time you
answer the
keep
prompt.
put cuz you
Bro,
keep
look, this
putting
is my live. You're not going to run the show. You never will. I don't
I
know
get
you.
out this
It'll
big
never
cuz
happen.
lame
Well,
man
then get
live. You
off.
won't
Then
let
get off.
nobody
Then
talk.
get off. Then get off. Then get off. Sis, then get off. You
You
can either
keep
answer the
mute,
question
cuz you
or you
won't
can
let
get off.
nobody you
Answer the
won't let me.
question. Why are
You
black men
won't
the
let
least
me,
married?
cuz. You won't
Okay,
let
may
Oh,
I
me.
okay,
speak,
got you. I got you.
please?
I'm done playing with you. It's just that simple. I'm done playing with the both of y'all. Y'all can go back to whatever dusty cave that y'all came out of. All right, y'all can go back to wherever y'all came from, because if y'all not going to answer the topic, I'm not going to have a discussion with y'all. And that's what y'all like to do. I can sit here and say, why do black men like Oreo cookies? And y'all will come up here and say, well, the black women. But wait a minute, I'm gonna answer your prompt about why black men like Oreos. But wait a minute, the black women's is single mothers. The black women's love them some wigs and weaves and lashes. The black women's is single mothers and they don't know how to choose better or do better. The black women's out here asking us to pay some bills and not go 50-50. The black women's in their education. I'm so tired of those black women, they can read. I'm so tired of them doggone black women, they can read some books. Who cares if you know what vocabulary means and you got some vocabulary, black women? Huh, huh, huh. And then when I get mad and I say, hey, sir, Why are we talking about black women? Why aren't we talking about why black men like to eat Oreos? Then y'all get mad at me when I try to bring y'all back to the topic. Like what? What does that got to do with anything? What is wrong with y'all? What is wrong with y'all? I don't understand it. It makes no sense. I can't respect y'all, bro. I cannot respect y'all. Jeez Louise. All right. Deshelle, did you have anything to say, sis?
Girl, I've had so much to say. I've just been letting you speak though, because I don't want to add to like the discombobulation. But you're correct. And the thing is, at the end of the day, if you had said, why do black men love Oreos? They could have given you more of an answer for themselves, because that's not really negative. And that's not really something that requires accountability and to say, hey, this is who I am and this is the reason why I am this way. Black men, majority of black males in our community don't know themselves. They literally go wherever life takes them. They have this learned helplessness where Nail Fix Pro was talking about, oh, well, I can't find it. I can't find it. What do you mean you can't find it? If this is something that you're specifically looking for, why aren't you finding it? Because even the Bible says, look and you shall find, seek and you shall find. So at the end of the day, this is a very perplexing notion to me. Also, congratulations on you being married for 16 years. I'm so proud of you. Thank you for doing that. That's huge. I am in the midst of my divorce, and literally something I learned whilst I was married to this individual was the fact that he was not looking to be a partner. He was looking to see whatever he can get out of this situation. He didn't think that he was going to be lasting in. That was his behavior. That's what I perceived it as. A lot of the things that he said as well. It just indicated to me that he was not really there to be a partner. And that ends up being a huge issue in our community. A lot of the males, especially because of the way that we are raised, if they're raised with sisters, their moms have their sisters wait on them. It's a whole dynamic that is often put into our community. There's a lot of shit that needs to be undone. But ultimately, black males, they oftentimes look to push off their inadequacies onto someone else because it feels like a death to them for them to admit that they are wrong, or for them to admit that they don't have it all the way together. And it's like, it's okay for you to admit it, but I recognize that they conflate being wrong with being bad. And that should be discussed eventually one day. But I'm going to land here. Oh, wait, before I land, I got to say, because it kept being mentioned with Nail Fix Pro when he was talking about how he was looking for a wife and submission was mentioned. He mentioned it briefly. It's always such a bizarre concept for me when people talk about submission in a relationship, because that is something that was specifically for those who belong to the religion known as Christianity, but that was the stipulations for those who believed in that religion. So it's peculiar because it also says that the husbands are supposed to behave in a certain way for them to receive that submission, and no one wants to talk about that. It should be talked about one day. And now I'm going to actually land.
All right, I got you. Well, let me just say two things about what you said. Number one, the guy that you're talking about, he was in the comments. I just blocked him. He was lying. He doesn't even have a girlfriend. He don't even have anybody. He was asking if somebody would talk to him in the comments. So everything that he said to us was a lie. And I already knew that. You know what I'm saying? Because if you tell me that you work out, you're in the gym, you 6'2", and you can't find a slim, thick chick, if that's what you're looking for, that likes you, it's because either you are lying about your body or you're ugly, simply put. Or you're like, you have a horrible personality. So he was already a liar. And then number two, I just wanted to acknowledge what you said about the submission thing. Now, first of all, I don't even believe that black men want submission that what they want is the submission that whitey men have shown them that they can exercise on whitey women, which is that old throwback, you get in there, you cook, you clean, you do anything that I say that you don't want. I'm gonna knock your teeth in. You're not gonna have anywhere to go. I'm gonna completely dominate you. I'm gonna pay all the bills. Yes, but you're gonna be at home and you're gonna be essentially my slave and prisoner. And black men don't have the societal power. They don't have the money. They don't have anything to do that. And then not to mention that black women are far more stronger mentally, emotionally, physically than white teen women. So they can never do what they do to us because we're not built like that. And then when people talk about it from the Christian lens and the Bible lens and all of that, I wish that people will understand that a lot of things that men say when they talk about submission in the Bible, this, that, and the third, these men don't read the Bible. These men aren't Christian, really. They're false Christians, or the type of, they're following white tea Christianity, which is straight from the devil. It don't come from nothing godly. And in the Bible, it talks about women and men, husbands and wives are supposed to submit to each other. So I don't understand why anyone never talks about that you're supposed to submit to each other, which means y'all are both supposed to be loving each other, respecting each other, working as a team, being one flesh. But nobody ever talks about that, because the people that talk about these things are sick in the head. And I say this as a person that's been married for a long time, sick in the head. Like I said, it'll be 20 years before no time. It'll be 17 years this year. People are sick in the head. When I was dating my husband, he never once said, hey, I'm looking for somebody to submit. I'm looking for somebody to submit to me. That's what I need to be the leader. I be the head of the household. Hey, can you cook? Can you clean? Because I know he told me I like to cook. I went to culinary school. I can cook really great. He can cook really great. We never had no conversations like that. These people that people be listening to are unhealthy, psychotic psychopaths. I promise y'all, if you get to know any of these people and you ask them, hey, do you got a wife? Do you got a husband? How are you living? Are you happy? None of these people have nothing that y'all want. That's the reason why they're out here saying this type of crazy stuff. Y'all cannot listen to these people. These are people that don't even have what you're looking for. And then you're building on what you think it is from psychos. Like, for real, like the other dude that was up here talking about 52% of black women. 52% of black women what? That man don't got no wife or nobody, but people will listen to him and be like, look at him as the basis of what marriage is supposed to be, or what black men think marriage is, or what men think marriage is. I just want to let y'all know, just don't listen to these people. They're nuts. That's all I can say. But let me stop talking so I can get up here and let the other two people speak. All right, let me go up here to.
Thank you so much for your time.
Oh, no problem, no problem. I really appreciate the chance to get to speak to you today, Deshelle. I don't think I've ever had a chance to talk to you before. So hopefully I get a chance to talk to you again, sis.
I hope so. God bless you. Have a great rest of your week, all right?
You too, you too.
Thank you.
All right, let me go up here to Smart Cookie and then Miss Orion.
Hello, Trigger.
Hey,
I was pissed off today because I absolutely hate it when these black men love to say, "Oh, well, black women are, they're the most baby mamas. They have all these baby daddies," but they never want to be honest about who's making these women single mothers. I mean, like, how do they just jump over that and just stand on the fact that, oh, well, she got different baby daddies, and that just pissed me off, and that's why I had to come up today. But the reason why they are the least married, it's because they just simply don't want to be responsible. They don't want to be responsible for their own lives. They don't want to be responsible for all the chaos and confusion they bring into the community. They don't want to be responsible for absolutely anything. And that's why they are the least married. And it just upsets me that they will not be honest and work on fixing themselves and be these leaders that they delusionally think that they are, and actually become these desired men that they delusionally think that they are. Yes, some of them have some better qualities than some other men, but it's not enough to make an impact like how they think. They need to stop what they're doing, get some discipline, get some better jobs. Stop trying to run around here being rappers and all this shit that, everyone cannot possibly be in the NFL, and do some real jobs and work on the community and help some of these single mothers. It's like they act as though they didn't come from a woman. They don't have any sisters, grandmothers. I don't understand how you can be that hateful when you have all of these types of women in your life or a part of your life, and still come on panels and just speak, such bad things about black women. That's all I had to say. I was just pissed off when the guy came up saying all these black women have all these kids by different men, as though every relationship shit they've been in has worked out. If they had the one relationship that worked out, they would be married and there would be no reason for them to be here. But since they not in church, not working on anything, they ain't got nothing to do, but they got a $100 cell phone. They can sit over here and run their damn mouth and talk shit. And that's all I got to say.
All right. I got you, Smart Cookie. And I definitely agree with you. And it's crazy because when I go and tell this man, the men in the chat or whatever, that the stats and the things that they're talking about black women and having the children and stuff, that they're wrong. They very rarely acknowledge what I'm saying. Just like the lady, and I'm gonna keep it real with you. I think she's already gone. The lady that came up here, I think her name, I forgot what her name was. Y'all know what I'm talking about. The lady that came up here that asked, did I love black men? I know that she was a pick-me. I know that for sure. And I know that that's where she was coming from. Period. That's exact. Yes, her name was Glor. I think she was definitely a pick-me. And that's why I told her to go ahead and go check. You know what I'm saying? What I said about black men being the least married. And you know, when she came back, that's the reason why she just abandoned everything that she was going to say, because she realized that what I said was true. And that's what happens a lot of times with people. All you got to do, research, and maybe you'll change your mind on a lot of things. It was just really crazy. Yeah, I definitely took the wind out of her sails, Harper. she had a whole little thing she was about to do. That's why she kept saying, your emotions, you're emotional, you're emotional, you're in your feelings are like, stop doing me like that. Don't nobody care about these knickknacks like that. I just am saying I'm tired of seeing black women drug. And that's the reason why I'm talking about it. But y'all get what I'm saying. I'm glad all of y'all peeped that too. But let me go up here to Miss Orion. Hey, Orion, how you doing, sis?
Hey, Happy
Hey.
New Year. I'm triggered. I haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, hey.
I think it's because they're scared. I think black men are scared of being married. Because if you first of all, the mask is definitely gonna fall off, and a lot of men use relationships as procrastination as a way not to fix themselves and not to become the best men that they know they could be by finding women who are intolerant of their bad behavior, and then they mask it with, well, if I get divorced, she's gonna take everything. Or you could take pride in being a good husband and maybe she won't want to leave you. Nobody ever thinks of that one? Oh, okay. But if I get married, that means she's going to have to see what my financial situation is looking like. She's going to know that I can't read over a 6th grade level because if we try to buy a house, I can't read these contracts. She's going to know that I don't wash my butt correctly when she does our laundry. And she sees the doo-doo stains in my drawers. Like, they're not going to be able to pretend no more. Because there's plenty of women available. So why are y'all not picking them? Especially because the pick-me's are right in front of y'all. Why are y'all not picking the pick-me's who want to do the cooking and the cleaning? And I think a lot of black men don't even believe in compatibility. They want to find a woman who they are physically attracted to, and then they want to totally dominate and control her and make her into what he wants her to be, instead of actually finding a woman who is mentally and emotionally compatible, where y'all have the same goals and dynamics. You like the Arrow on 70, I like the Arrow on 70. Like, they don't think about like compatibility as far as like, you know, there are women out there that like the things that you like she's gonna like football the way you like football. They don't do none of that. They don't know how to ask the right questions. They don't even know how to properly court and date a woman and vet a woman either. Like, you have conversations with men and you see they all have the same hive mindset. Nobody has any critical thinking skills to sit there and look at themselves and say, this is what I like. I need to find a woman with these qualities that I actually like for myself and that I actually need for myself. But they don't even value husbands in general, because look at the way they talk about Russell Wilson. Look at the way they talk about the husbands in our community that are the good husbands. They look down on them. They talk bad about them. They don't want to be good men. It's like, I want to get a pretty bird. I want to get the pretty exotic bird outside. I'm going to put it in a cage. I just want to cage the pretty bird so I can show everybody I got the bird. Now, knowing when I clip the bird's wings, the bird is now going to be depressed. It's not going to be happy. It's not going to be fulfilled. They don't know how to build a foundation either, because they don't know how to ask the questions either. It's just, I see a pretty girl, I want her. She's going to do what I want her to say. They don't want to collaborate. They just want total control from what I see.
All right. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. I agree with you when you said they want to be able to control women the way they've seen white T men control white T women. But the whole time, when they always resort back to who our grandmothers were, sometimes they were still picking partners that they were compatible with, that they liked. It wasn't like they wanted to be like the color purple, pretty much. I want Nettie, but I'm going to take Celie. What? Now you have a choice. You have a choice, and we have a choice. Just find somebody who likes you like them. But they don't want to do that. It's too much hard work for them. They're lazy.
All right. I got you. Orion, I definitely agree with everything that you said. And I think that you made a great point when you were talking about there's a lot of pick-me's and why aren't these pick-me's getting picked? For the life of me, I see so many black women that sometimes I lurk in the lobby and see these black women when there's lies being had where these black men are dragging black women for filth, saying that like there are no good black women and all these crazy things. And then it's so many black women in there trying to convince these men that they're not like that. They'll be like, oh, I don't wear any makeup. Oh, I don't wear any weaves. Oh, I don't do that. Oh, I cook and clean. Oh, I'll shut up. I'll do whatever you want. And those men never be on those women. They never do. And I know I talk about this lady a lot, but that lady, the real Jane, she is a pick me to her core, always begging these men, begging these knickknacks, asking somebody to be, oh, I just want to be a wife. Oh, that's all I ever wanted to do is be a wife. That's the only thing that I want to do. I can't wait to be somebody's wife and cook and clean and let them put their feet on my forehead, rest it on there. I'll be your footstool for you. And none of these men will pick her and choose her. And I really truly believe it is because these men don't really like those women like that because they're making it just way too easy. Maybe, I don't really know because I'm not a man, but it's got to be something to do with, because you're giving everything on a platter. You're willing to offer up everything. Why is it that, you know what I'm saying? You can't find somebody and you're willing to do kiss the ring and do whatever for these black men. I don't get it because that lady that I just mentioned, every other video, she even, I saw these 2 videos that she made about Megan Good and who else was it? Sierra. She was like, oh, Megan Good, she don't deserve her husband. She don't deserve Jonathan Majors. That's a black man that went through something and he done turned his life back around. And she out here wearing dresses with her body showing. She out here showing cleavage. She don't deserve that man. If I had a man like that, I wouldn't do that. Then she got a video talking about Sierra. Sierra didn't deserve Russell Wilson. She had a baby with Future. How she don't deserve that man at all. Like, and I'm like, ma'am, you like, you really taking your time to do this and you still don't got nobody. What are you doing? She even, y'all know who Romika Meeks is, right? That beautiful black woman that got pew-pewed and unalived at her son's school, arguing with his new girl and the baby daddy. Do you know that she said that she feels sorry for the baby daddy? That it was all Romika Meeks' fault. She was like, yeah, this opinion gonna be unpopular, but it was Romika Meeks' fault. I feel for the baby daddy because he shouldn't have been put in a position like that. I'm like, what? Like, ma'am, you're really a lunatic. You're really crazy. And as much as this performative pick-meism that you're doing, and you still can't get a man, and you don't have any standards, because she was over there talking about how women should go on coffee dates. And if a man spent $50 on a woman during a date, that was like the maximum that he should spend on a woman. So your standards are in the deepest, darkest pits of hell. And yet you still can't even get a Dusty. Do you know how crazy that is that you can't even secure a Dusty? Because most women can get a Dusty. Like, what? You can't even get a Dusty, ma'am? That just, wow. I don't even know. That's so embarrassing. It's totally embarrassing. For real.
You're right. And like, I be like, the pygmies be right here. Y'all see them. I know I see them. I be feeling like Medea. Do they not see them? They right there. Looking like 2 big Barneys. You don't see them? But they never pick them. Like, you don't want the girl who says she wants to cook and clean and do all of the things, but you don't, because that means you're going to have to pay all the bills. But even there's pygmies that'll do 50-50 with you. Did you see that video of that man who was homeless and he said he has warrants out for his arrest, but he's got like blood clots. There were women in his comments saying that they were willing to take care of him. Why y'all not picking those women? Why are y'all not picking the women who want to do all of the things? Like, they be right there. But for some reason, you're focused on all the women who don't want y'all. But there are women so desperate that they would do anything, and y'all not picking them. Because you know, when they see who you really are, they might not like you. And you don't want to fix yourself. You don't want to self-evaluate. You don't want to take that deep look in the mirror and talk about all the things you don't like about yourself and how you're going to fix them. And a lot of men do use women as stepping stones to get where they need to be financially and all of the things. And I'm like, hello? They're willing, who say that they're willing to do all of that. Why are y'all not picking these women? You stay on the internet complaining.
I mean, I definitely agree with you. Somebody in the comments said Tyler Perry. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I don't think that Tyler Perry made that lady a baby mama. I think she was a surrogate. Cause I don't believe that Tyler Perry likes women at all. Likes like women on any level, as far as like on a sexual romantic level. I don't think Tyler Perry likes women. And I definitely don't think that he likes black women. Or, you know what I'm saying? So I think they had some type of thing going on. You know what I'm saying? That's just my thoughts though. That I'm not saying that's true or not. I'm just saying that's just my opinion. And independent thinker, I saw you in the comments. You said that black women are the least married. You are right. Black women are the least married woman. Black men are the least married male in the United States of America. They're the least married male. So like we should talk about black men's stats compared to men, not to women.
Well, I think it's just an issue, period, in our in our society.
No, it's an issue with men, because are men who asks who to marry them? Is it the men or women?
It's normally the men.
Okay, so then that would be a male issue, not a female issue.
Well, I think it's both. To be honest, I'm an older male. Well, I'm an older male. I've been married 28 years.
I've been married 16.
This younger generation, let's just be honest, there's a fear of commitment, and there's a lack of understanding of responsibility and commitment. Everything has to be rosy. Everything has to be.
How old are you? How old are you?
I'm 54.
Okay, so the men were doing that in your day too. And they were doing it in your daddy's day and your granddaddy's day too. So let's not act like this is just something that just happened. Black men were going upside black women's head. They were having secret families across the town and everything else back then. My grandmother, who stayed with my grandfather until the day that they both passed or whatever, and they were well into their 90s, both of them, that he was doing things that she didn't want and she wanted to go, but she couldn't. So let's not act like this just new treatment. It's just that the women didn't have any other option other than to stay and deal with the mistreatment. They didn't have enough money. The men were impregnating them. They didn't have the funds to leave or go anywhere. They couldn't have a bank account. They couldn't do a lot of these things. And that's why those women stayed. I don't think that we should romanticize that. The women back then were unhappy. There are so many videos that you can look at of old black women that are in their 70s, 80s, 90s, talking about how unhappy they were and had no choice.
Oh no, I don't disagree with not one thing you said. I'm a product of it. My grandfather and my father was a domestic, was a woman beater and a womanizer. So you're not going to get an argument from there. I'm saying that today, we have to also admit that this is going to be the least married generation ever recorded. So it's not just those factors, which I agree with. Listen, the feminist movement had a lot to do with the fact that they were trying to empower themselves against the abuse of men who had them cornered financially because they weren't able to, like you say, to take care of themselves. My mom became a single mom because why? Because my dad was a womanizer and he beat the crap out of her. You know what I'm saying? So you're preaching to the choir. But what I'm saying is, though, I see a lot of young men today that do not want to take on that responsibility. And, they just don't want the responsibility. And I have men my age who don't want that responsibility. 50-something-year-old men that don't, and black men who don't want that responsibility, and they don't want that commitment. They want to have their cake and eat it too. So you're not going to fall. I'm not putting that. I'm not. I'm not. That's called a zero-sum relationship, which means you got to put one down to build one other up. No, I don't get into that. Both, have to have the responsibility, but more so, like I said, younger people today, they don't want the commitment. They've delayed a lot of things because of education, and they don't want the recommitment. They don't want the commitment and responsibility it takes, because it's a lot of responsibility. It's a lot of commitment, and I just don't feel as though that they want to talk to a lot of young people. They just don't want that responsibility. You know what I mean? A lot of the younger people today are a lot more immature for their age than previous generations. Just so like I said, I'm not going to argue with you on that. I agree with you 100%. But again, this the delayed responsibility because of education, and somehow everybody thinks that everything has to be on point and everybody has to have everything together before they get married. That's another reason why there's no such thing as, well, we're young, and build and other build real quick. I have a young a nephew, that he was been with his girlfriend since they were 14, 15. They building together. They both got their master's degree. Now they're building life together. You know what I'm saying? They
Are they
so
married?
yeah, last year. So, you know what I'm saying? So they're building a life together. You know what I'm saying? He's working right now while she finishes her degree. And then when she finishes her degree, master's degree, then he'll stop and he'll go finish his. It's called building and working together. That's another thing that it's like, I got to have everything together. You got to have everything together. And then let's go together. The idea of actually coming together and becoming one unit and build together, that's a lost art as well. I have to go, but I appreciate your commentary. I'm not disagreeing with you at all. So you take care. God bless. Have a wonderful day.
All right. Goodbye. Have a great day. I just want to say, there's always an agenda with certain men that say things like that, because I feel like a lot of the things that he said was very contradictory, because he said, first of all, that it was both. And once again, like I said before, it's not both. If men are in charge of marriage and making that step, then if the step is not happening, who's to blame? It's not women. And then we're talking about like women building with men, but then you talk, this is a lot of things that he said were very contradictory. I think that y'all heard it. I'm not about to break down what he said. That y'all heard it. It was very contradictory, and it didn't make any sense. And this whole thing of like the building thing is that I feel like maybe he's too, I don't want to say he's too old, but I'll just say that maybe he is just not aware enough of the situation and the state of things is going on, because the majority of these younger men, the reason why the women don't want to get married is because of the behavior and the mentality of the young men. Like, they want slaves. They don't want wives. And the only time the idea of build is used is just to get women to pour into a man, whether that's emotionally, mentally, sexually, financially, without any risk for them. Cause I was like, oh, I'm broke, so you gonna build with me, help me, build me up, because a woman is always gonna do more. That's just the way women are. So that's what that is. And I wouldn't even listen to a man that mentioned building. Like, but anyway, let me just keep going, y'all. Y'all get what I'm saying. Hopefully y'all do. Let me go up here next to Sima, and then Widow. You there, Sima? You have something to say?
Yeah, I feel like, with the boomer generation back in the day, our parents, everything was catered to them. So nothing was ever strange when it came to marriage, when it comes to how to go about, like everything was catered to them. But in our generation, nothing is catered to us. So they make things difficult when it shouldn't be difficult. And it's almost like they're pulling the ladder from behind. Because just think about it, boomer generation was a time where everything was catered to them, like everything from television to the way they dress, to putting the kids on daycare system. But we didn't have the same system that they had. and then they look down at us. They're like, oh, why is it so hard for you to do this stuff? But they're not, do you understand? Like, they're not giving us the chance to do the same things that they do. And it's almost like they're mocking us because we know life for them was easier. They could do whatever they wanted, but they make it hard on the young people and they enjoy it. Like it's so funny to them because they never had to be like, oh shit, I can't find a wife. Oh shit, who am I gonna get married? No, they had help with everything. Like their own parents taught them the ways, like the culture, or this is how you do things. But when it comes to the newer generation, they're like, oops, sorry, we don't know. You want to get married? Oops, well, figure it out yourself. Like I have nothing to do with it. So that's where there is, I think. That's why black men is the least married, is systematic. People are pulling the ladder up from behind. The previous generation did that.
Okay, all right, I got you. I just want to respond to the sister in the comments, Marlene. Um, She mentioned she made a good point about they only expect black women to do the building. And that is like such a very great point that she made because it's so true. And it's just like when you think about like because I've asked several black men this. I even did a live where I asked black men this. When when you hear black men talk about the dating, like, oh, I'm not going to take a woman out on a date. I'm not going to take her out to dinner. She's not going to use me for a meal and all that other type of stuff. I asked several black men that definitely have red pill and incel ideologies. I said, so if you saw a woman and she was everything that you wanted, she was so beautiful, bomb body, great personality. You just was like, wow, this woman is amazing. Everything that I ever wanted, everything that I ever dreamed of. I said, would you tell her, oh, I'm going to take you out for coffee, or I'm not going to take you out to dinner because I don't think you deserve it, or this, that, and the third? They all said no. They would definitely, without a doubt, take her out, wine and dine her, do these things because why? They would see the value in her. So what I'm saying is when they talk about, the men talk about, oh, black woman, you got to be with me and I don't got nothing. I got you out here starving. I got you out here homeless. It is because you're not the woman that he truly values, truly loves, is truly into, nor does he the one that you're not the one that he prizes and puts on that pedestal. And that's the reason why he feels like you're deserving of the struggle. Because if you were the woman that he really prized and valued, he would wait until he was together and whole before he came in your direction. And I do think that that's something that is very important to notate, is that men will do what they need to do. And you don't even have to ask if you're the one that they value. But if you're not, then yeah, it's going to be struggle love served on a platter. And that is why most black men want to serve black women struggle love, because most black men do not value black women the way that they need to, or don't value them at all, to be
It's
honest.
not that.
But I got to keep going. I got to go up here to Widow. Let me go up here next to Widow. Go ahead, Widow.
Thanks for inviting me up.
No problem.
Hey, everybody. No. Um, it says, why are black men the least married? Because they are the most compromised. Black men are the most compromised when it comes to other men. That's why they don't see themselves as men. They gaslight black women to show their macho masculinity, but that's really pseudo masculinity because they really have no clue what masculinity really is. Because a lot of these grown men are walking around here unhealed little boys, and they still have that trauma from, you know, being left on the porch and waiting for the daddy to come pick them up for their birthday, and he never did. So that's what black women have to deal with. They are the least married because, once again, it's been said time and time again, they fear responsibility. They are looking for women to help them and be placeholders and build them up until they are good enough for the woman that they want. So never build with a man because he will resent you and it will backfire on you. Um, yeah, what else? They have these degenerate behaviors. They ingratiate themselves in other people's communities outside of ours and make other women of other communities baby mothers. So yes, they do get that same black man, absolutely. So Cynthia G was right. Shout out to her. Um, yeah, they I don't even know. I feel like compared to other men of other cultures and communities, black men are looked at as expendable and not dependable. They're definitely looked at as expendable and not dependable. They are looked at as BBC, walking BBC. I feel like that's the only thing that they are desired for. They're not desired for much outside of that. Maybe I don't know, extraction of resources, some heavy lifting, and yeah, that BBC. Because if you were the most desired man, then you would be the most married man, and you're not. You're not the most desired, and you're definitely not the most married. So I don't know why they keep saying that. I think they just try to do that as a coping mechanism, and because they try to weaponize and triangulate other women against black women. But yeah, um, they're not married because they're not husband material. They never have been. They never will be. The only reason why these men were afforded wives is because women were in a subjugated state and women had no other choice but to turn to the men. Other than that, women back then, generations ago, would have been doing the same thing we're doing now. So make no mistakes about it. Oh my God, I'm going back on mute.
This man just said that we're up here, and I definitely agree with you, Widow. Black women are projecting undesirableness. Sir, let me tell you something. With this doggone big old bell pepper, Mr. Potato, detachable nose you got plastered on your face, and your doggone, you know what I'm saying, taco meat beard. Like the fact that you would sit there with your arms crossed looking all zesty, like a real nice, tickling of your, a Bucci cat in the nighttime. I don't know who you think you're talking about. And I can tell, even though you cut out that big old doggone movie projector forehead of yours, I know you ain't got a lick of hair on your head. I know a baldy when I see one. I know you ain't got no hair. And your fly mouth and the fact that your fat lips is always running your mouth about black women is the reason why you've been smited and you don't got a lick of hair on your head and you can't use a brush or a comb. So you want to talk about somebody being miserable and undesirable? Look at yourself. You are the picture of undesirability, sir. You are very unattractive. And I don't know if anybody's told you this lately, but you are very mediocre. You are very unattractive. You're not hitting on anything at all. You are not the type of man that a woman is going to turn around and look at and say, "Ooh, he fine. Oh my goodness. Let me get his name. Let me get his number. Let me see where he's coming from." Ain't nobody checking for you like that. It's always y'all that look like that have a face that only a mother could love, that somebody got to put a paper bag over, that y'all have something to say about somebody else being undesirable. Do you know that we can see you? Do you look in the mirror? Do you see you, Negro? You think that you're desirable? Who are you? You acting like you sitting here looking like Denzel Washington in Training Day. You look like you looking like Morris Chestnut in The Best Man. But you don't look like that. Do you know that? Do you know that you don't look like that? So why in the world are you talking about anybody, Buster? Anybody, Buster? Go ahead and get your hair, grow some hair first. I'm gonna need you to do that first. I'm gonna need you to have the ability to use a comb, a brush, a pick, a do-rag, a wave cap, a beanie before you say anything about black women in here. Okay? Why don't you go ahead and figure that out first? And that's really all I have to say to you. Like, figure that out first. Okay? Anyway, let me just keep going. I'm gonna go ahead and end this live, you guys, since people are reporting it. I think Orion has something to say, and then I'll go up here to unwritten life. First of all, sir, you said my blood pressure didn't went up. Let me tell you something, sir. I drag mediocre, bottom of the barrel, slimy, pooky, dusty dust buckets like you every day. It's light work. It's light, super light work. You are not unusual. You are not an exception. You are not remarkable. You are completely unremarkable. There will be an ugly, dusty that is totally unaware of how he looks in the mirror. Y'all come in here every day. So I got really collectively black men live in delusion. So I'm not even really, this isn't a big deal, but I'm going to go ahead and block you though. Have a great day. No, man, you go heal. Man, you go brush your teeth. Man, you go find some hair. You go find one of them little stick-on wigs. You know what I'm saying? You go do that first. Okay? Fix your face. Bye. Have a great day. All right, I blocked him. All right, so let me keep going. Orion has something to say, and then I'll go to unwritten, and then I'm going to wrap it up, you guys. And JQ, you said I seem angry. You seem lame. You seem like you ejaculate into inanimate objects, which is why you have a picture, an AI picture of a shadowless man. Because you know in real life nobody pays attention to you. So why don't you figure out why when you want to have an orgasm, you have to use your hands and your fingers? That ask yourself that. I would be way more mad about that than any of this. Because if I want to have an orgasm, I actually can go ahead and ask somebody. I can ask my husband for it. Okay? Bye, JQ. I'm gonna block you too. Keep it up. Bye. All right. Sorry about that, y'all. I had to go ahead and get these last minute dusties out of here. Go ahead, Orion.
I also think that a lot of black men don't get married because they don't have healthy coping mechanisms. They don't know how to handle rejection. They also don't know how to handle heartbreak. Like they'll let one girl from middle school dictate their whole life and how they perceive women. Like that one girl in middle school told you was musty, and now you feel like you're making this your life wish to get revenge on all women. And the only thing you know how to do is work out in the gym. You don't know how to, regulate your emotions. You don't know how to you don't have no healthy coping mechanisms for what happens to when a woman rejects you, that you're not flying off the handle, or every time a woman rejects you or a relationship doesn't work out in the way that you feel it shouldn't. Now you have to sit there and try to get revenge on every woman after that. And then you think energetically you're going to be able to attract a wife when your energy is, I'm just trying to get over on women. I just want to, subjugate women and make them feel the way I feel because I don't love myself and people don't love me the way I want to be loved. But you think you're going to attract a woman who genuinely loves you for you, who wants to help you grow and thrive and become the best man you can be. And I also don't believe in building with men either. Build with your friends in your 20s. Your brain is not fully developed. Who said that you can even pick a proper partner before you're 25? Like, build with your friends, build with your homeboys. Y'all want to be up under them so bad. Make your homeboy your roommate. Y'all both go to college, split the bills, create a plan, and do that. You don't need a woman to build. The project of yourself does not have to be a group project built on the backs of other black women and your mama and them. You could do it by yourself. You could do it with your friends. So that way you don't have to worry about was so-and-so using me. Because that whole you wasn't shooting with me in the gym really does not correlate to real life. Like, and the fact that guys do that makes me think you don't like you. Because if you think even when you are successful, people wouldn't like you, you don't like you. So you can't win. If I build with you, you're going to resent me. If I don't build with you, you're going to think I'm a gold digging scallywag out to get your money. It's because you know that you're not likable. And I think that's another reason why they don't want to get married. Because like I said, the representative that they use to get women, that know that mask is going to fall off, and they know that they're not the man that they really present themselves to be. And they don't want to work on it. And then the delusion of one day I'm going to get some money. No, get it now. With this technology that we have in our hands today, honestly, there's really no reason to be broke. You could rent out porter potties and make thousands of dollars. You could sell toilet paper and make the most boring businesses make the most money, and they tell us that.
All right. All right.
There's no reason. Like, they don't want to fix themselves. They don't want to work on themselves at the end of the day. And sorry, your page is getting reported.
Yeah. It's crazy, y'all. But it's okay. It's okay. It's to be expected. Anytime I talk about black men, to this degree, it happens. All right, let me go up here to unwritten, and then I'm gonna wrap it up, you guys. Hey,
it's funny. I came up to actually. I had a question for. She left now, Somalis or something like that. I just find it suspicious when there's a topic around. I think it's more specifically Black American men. I mean, it's not on the prompt, but the stats are based off of an ethnic group. And when you have people who are not Black American who come on the panel and contribute to a topic about a community that they're not part of, without specifying that they're referring to their community, I find it suspicious. And she didn't want to respond to specify, okay, you're talking about men, which group of men are you talking about? Because I know it's not Black American men. I'm talking about back in the day. Like, what you mean back in the day? Back in the day where? So I think it's good to have, cultural exchange, if that's what you want to call it, but specify who you're talking about. If there's a topic specifically about all men across the world and you want to talk about men from Nigeria because that's where you're from, okay, cool, specify that. Because what it looks like is you're almost being xenophobic. Like, you're just being able to come in here and pile on another group of men while ignoring the actual problems in your community. We don't like that. We don't like that. So it's all good, to contribute, but speak to your group of men. You feel me? Black American women, they have their own grievances with Black American men, have their history. They can speak for Black American men and what they have experienced. You can't. Okay? You can't. You speak from your homeland, your group, and I would let it hear it. I'll let it hear it how this also applies to your community. We let it hear that. But what we don't need is you trying to, hide under Black women and also throw jabs at a different community. Nah, we see you. Don't do that. That's all I wanted to add.
Oh, okay. I got you, Unwritten. I'll say this, when I hear the women, now this is just me, I could be wrong or whatever, but when women come up here and they say that, like Black women, but I know that I can tell by their voice they're not from here, I just automatically assume, and maybe I'm wrong, I assume they're talking about their own men, because I remember I have a lot of beautiful Black British sisters, right, that come up here and they talk about their men and stuff like that. And I remember one day, I can't remember who it was I was talking to, because I have a few Black British women that come up here to be cracking me up. One is a lady named PhD Kemi, and then another one is Wakanda Life is this. I can't remember. It was probably one of them, right? Or even could have been like Auntie or something. It's a few of them that come up here. But anyway, I was like, you know what? Let me just go ahead and look up the stats on like what the women over there be going through. And I looked up that 68% of femicides over there are Black women. And I was looking up all of these stats and I was like, bro, the Black men over there are so disrespectful to the Black women over there. It was so crazy. Like, and the things that they were saying, because then I went down this rabbit hole on TikTok and I was looking at these things that the Black British men were saying about Black women. And it was the same stuff that the Black American men say about us over here. And dare I say, some of the stuff they were saying was even worse. I was like, oh my goodness. And so when I saw all of that, I was like, yeah, I think they just come up when they hear it. At least that I can't speak for everybody, because I'm not them, but I felt like they come up here because they feel the same thing. They just feel like we just talking about Black men because they do us the same way over there. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying I haven't had some people also try to be funny, like you were saying about xenophobia, because I remember one time it was like, dang, I can't remember where she was from in Africa, but I can't remember what country it was. But this was like, but I don't think this was on a live. I feel like it was on my page back when I used to go back and forth with people on like my TikTok page when I used to post over here. But she had said like Black American men are the worst, even though I've had a couple women say that in a live, like, oh, African men, they're not like that. And I've had to drag them. And I've had to like bring out the stats and bring out the numbers and be like, excuse me, what do you mean? What do you
And I
mean?
think
Because,
that's another form of pick-meism.
yeah.
It's another form of pick-meism, trying to say, no, well, it's not my men, it's actually your men over there, and trying to also putting, under this flat Blackness, which I can't stand, but trying to basically put all the negative, attributes of what's happening amongst Black men, quote unquote, collectively, to be under Black American men. They only talk about this when it's topics specifically about Black American men. They don't
Yeah.
ever have topics about Nigerian men, about UK black men. They would never specify that they're talking about their men. I mean, I've seen videos where you have these African women or Caribbean women saying black men or black in the title, and it's like any other day you Caribbean, any other day you Nigerian. But when you want to talk negatively about black men, you just put black men. Like it's a form of pick me, I swear it is.
Oh,
All right,
wake
I
that
got you.
up.
I got you. I just say, like I said, and I totally get what you're saying, written. I'm not saying I don't understand it, but I'm just saying, but I hang around when I do my lives. I be with like when I'm talking to black women, right, that are across the diaspora. Most of the black women that I end up getting along with that come around a lot, they don't be like that. They really are coming at it from it's an all black men situation, not trying to just single out, or try to act like their men are better. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lie and say I haven't encountered that. But when I do encounter that, like we end up getting into it and then they end up not coming around. But the black women that come around here, they don't, for the most part, they don't be like that. Now, the person that you was going back and forth with, Sima, I don't know that person.
Yeah, I just haven't seen
They
her.
came up here like 2 times, and both times they sounded like, you know what I'm saying, like no disrespect, but like they was drunk or something like that. So I really don't know. I don't know what that person has going on. So I can't vouch for them. But I'm just saying, like the black women that I mentioned just now, that I know that they don't be on that type of time. And like, it's some other black women that come up here too that I know that they're not on that type of time. But yeah, that lady that you was talking to though, I don't know her. So
Yeah.
I can't vouch. I can't vouch. She might have been doing what you say.
No, that's just a PSA. It's like, we don't have no issues
Yeah.
with other women contributing to the conversation, but understand that if we're talking about a cultural or ethnic perspective, recognize how you fit in that. You know what I mean? In that type of
Yeah.
conversation.
Yeah, I totally got you. I totally get what you're saying.
Alrighty,
Um,
girl. That's all I wanted.
all right, I got you. I got you. You about to come up here and represent for the FBAs. I got you. No problem with
Mm-hmm.
that.
And do.
All right. Clock it. All right. Let me go down here to well, before I wrap it up, Widow, did you have anything to say? Maybe you got anything to say, Widow?
Yeah, I just wanted to wrap it up. Don't build no man. Don't let no man live with you. Don't live with no man. Stop having their babies. Do what you gotta do. Protect your womb. Protect your peace. Protect your space. It's your life. You gotta live it. Fuck what everybody else talking about. These niggas ain't special. They here. They not going nowhere, and they're disposable. They're expendable, not dependable. And I'm gonna keep saying it. But yes, absolutely. Stop letting black men use you as scapegoats. Because if it ain't a CIA cover up, y'all know these things, but y'all won't do nothing about it. Y'all go get podcasts to start talking about makeup, wigs, weaves, and lashes and body counts, but y'all won't talk about how the CIA keep throwing y'all up under the bus with these plots. But thank you for inviting me up. Just give these niggas in the hallway something to talk about.
All right, all right, all right. I appreciate you, Widow. I don't know if I've ever talked to you before, Widow, but if I haven't, I don't think so. Have I?
Baby, I don't know. I've been in here before. I don't think this is my first time. I think coming up on the
Oh,
panel.
okay, okay, okay.
Yes.
I
Oh yeah, I be in
appreciate
these
you.
TikTok streets. Hell yeah, I be dragging the fuck out these niggas. I'm gonna keep my foot on their neck.
All right, all right, all right. Well, I appreciate you, and I'm so glad I got a chance to talk to you today too. And I just want to say I appreciate all of the beautiful black women that came up here today and gave y'all thoughts and perspectives and stuff like that. Even shout out to the men that came up here because woo, I enjoyed a good dragging. I feel great. I feel energized, okay? Because I don't believe in taking the energy that they try to put on to me. That negative energy, I put it right back onto them because energy transference is real. I want y'all to know that it is real, real, real. So that's why these men come in here and they just say something crazy and they be wanting you to take that, internalize that. And that's the reason why I go ahead and gather them pictures and go ahead and put them right up on the screen and go ahead and drag them. And then I go ahead and block them. So they have to sit with the energy that they thought was meant for me and was meant for us. And they got to take it. It just goes right back to sender. Okay. So I believe in transferring that energy right back. And I don't take anything that they say seriously. So when they be up there talking about some, oh, you're in your feelings, oh, you're mad, oh, your blood pressure is going up. Like, I know I talk excitedly and passionately, but at the end of the day, I promise you, I don't care about nothing that these nignogs say. Nothing. Nothing that they say about me, to me, will ever affect me that deeply. Now, if you violate, I'm going to go ahead and go off on you and block you. But if you think for a moment, I think about these dudes when I hit the exit button, I don't even be remembering their name. But anywho, so I just want to say I love y'all. I hope y'all have a great day. The rest of y'all day, the rest of y'all weekend. If you're a black woman and you're listening to this, I just want you to know that you are beautiful. You are amazing. You are awesome. You are elegant. You are intelligent. You are powerful. You are beautiful. You are spectacular. And do not let none of these men tell you otherwise. Do not sell yourself short because everybody loves black women. And if you don't, you cannot believe what people say. I know people say that they do not, and I don't really mean love like that, but they really love our swag and what we bring. Because if they didn't, they wouldn't always be trying to copy. They wouldn't always be trying to imitate. They wouldn't always be trying to sap our energy. So if they can make you feel devalued, they can continue to use you and make you feel like you don't know how powerful you really are. So you are powerful, and I just want you to know that. And if y'all don't have anybody out there to tell you that they love you, I'll tell you today, I love you, sister. For real, it's black women and black girls against everybody all day, every day, and it will always be that for me. We will always be centered here, and I will always be biased, sorry, not sorry, to y'all every day, to us. All right, for us, by us. All right, yay, yay. All right, I'll see y'all later. Let me stop. I'm tripping. I'm doing too much. All right, I love y'all. Have a great day. Bye.